Hello everyone, today I want to show you a few nodes that can make Flux.2 Klein more consistent and also help you get more creative results. Let's get started. Here's the image we are starting with. We are going to edit it using the FP8 version of the Flux.2 Klein model. If your GPU memory is limited, you can use the GGUF versions instead. My goal is simple. I want to change her hairstyle to long hair. I also want her to touch her hair with one hand, and I want the scene to feel like a sunrise on a mountaintop. This setup is the standard workflow recommended by the ConfUI team. The only difference is this image resize node. You can adjust the width and height here. For example, you can set them to 2048. Now let's run it and see the result. Okay, the left image is the output, the right image is the original. The output is close, but the consistency is not strong enough. Her head angle changed. The position of the other hand also changed. The ideal result is that her head and her left hand stay in the same position as the original. One quick thing we can try is making the prompt more specific. For example, we can add something like, while keeping the other hand unchanged. Now let's run it again. Alright, the consistency is better, but we still have some differences. The head angle is closer than before, but it still does not match the original. Also, her left hand is hidden between her calves. In the original image, her left hand is resting on her calf. So how do we fix this and get even higher consistency? Yes, we could change the seed and rerun, but that becomes luck-based and it can take a lot of tries. So let me show you a really useful node pack. Let's go to the GitHub page. This pack is called Flux.2 Klein Enhancer. If you like it, you can click the start button to support the creator. Right now, this node pack includes 6 nodes. After testing, I found that only 3 of them are easy to understand and use. On the GitHub page, you can read detailed explanations for every parameter. You can also hover over parameters inside ConfUI to see quick descriptions. But honestly, it's still hard to understand what they do until you use them in real workflows. So let's go back into ConfUI and test them properly. I made a workflow with 4 groups. You can download it for free. The link is in the video description below. The second group is the standard setup we already used. The first group is just model loading. It loads everything we need, so the other groups can reuse the same models. Now let's turn on the third group. This group is almost the same as the standard one. The difference is that it adds 2 nodes right before the CFG guider node. These 2 nodes can be connected in series and used together, like this. But my suggestion is to start with only one of them. If the result still does not match what you need, then you can use both together. First, let's bypass the text ref balance node. Now we are focused on the ref latent controller node. This node has a lot of parameters, and it can look overwhelming, but most of the time, the main thing you want to adjust is the strength value. If you hover over it, you can see what it does. If you set strength to 0, it ignores the reference image. Let's set it to 0 and see what happens. Alright, here's the output. Now the woman has a different face, different clothes, and a completely different pose. She even has an extra arm. This sometimes happens with Flux.2 Klein. When it happens, a simple fix is increasing the steps. Let's set the steps to 8 and run again. Nice! That fixed the anatomy problem. Now, if we want the output pose to stay close to the original image, we should use a higher strength value. Let's try 2.1. Great, now the result is acceptable. The face angle is still a little different from the original, but overall it's much closer. Let's keep testing and see if we can improve it more. Now let's enable the text ref balance node. This one is very easy to use. It has only one parameter. The balance value goes from 0 to 1. If you set to 1, the reference image is ignored. Let's set it to 1 and see how different the result becomes. You've seen this result before. When we set the ref-laden controller strength to 0, we got this same result. Now let's set balance to 0.1 and see what happens. Now the hands are bad again. In this case, we can try changing the sampling steps. Let's reduce the steps to 4 and rerun. Now the hand looks much better. So with these two nodes, you can push for better consistency while still getting creative changes. Now let's look at another interesting node. I'm going to enable the fourth group. This node is called Detail Controller. This node also has many parameters, but in most cases, you mainly want to focus on the first three. The first one is Front Multiplier. Front refers to the first 25% of the active tokens in your prompt. In this prompt, the first part might be something like change her hairstyle to long hair. You can think of these multiplier values as strength, so let's set the front multiplier to 2 and run. Now you can see the hair changes to long hair, and most other parts stay nearly the same. In the prompt, we also asked for her to touch her hair with one hand. That request might fall more into the middle section of the prompt. The middle multiplier controls the middle 50% of the active tokens. So let's set the middle multiplier to 0.25 and run again. Perfect! Now we got what we wanted. She is touching her hair with one hand, and the scene looks like a sunrise on a mountaintop. Alright, that's it for today. If you want to download this workflow for free, check the link in the video description. And if you want more tutorials about the Flux.2 Klein model, feel free to subscribe. See you next time!